Squatties. Hi, everybody. Hey, everybody, what's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? How's everybody doing? Give me a thumbs up to let me know if you can hear me. I know it's been a minute. Yeah, it's been a minute. It's been a minute since I've done a live podcast. Um, Give me a thumbs up. Send me some roses, some flowers. Let me know that you can hear me. Because, my Wi-Fi, it can be spotty at times. Yes, at times. Okay, I see the thumbs up. I see the thumbs up. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I know that I sent out a notification pretty darn late to let you guys know that, I'm doing a live podcast today. So, we'll definitely give people a lot of time to join us. And if they missed the live podcast, that's fine because they can always listen to it later on. But hey, squatties, how you guys doing? I mean, seriously, how are you guys doing? I mean, it's been a minute. It has. It's been a minute since I've done a live podcast. I have, though. I've been all over social media. I have. I've either been on X, formerly known as Twitter, or I haven't been on TikTok. It's been a minute since I've been on TikTok. But of course, I've been on X, formerly known as Twitter, and I've been posting on Instagram, Meghan, Duchess of Advocacy, Instagram page. So, I've definitely been in the loop. I've definitely been, paying attention, checking out, seeing what our faves are doing. Because we all know when it comes to our faves, there's always news, right? There are always news, according to those royal gossip hacks. Our faves are irrelevant, right? They're irrelevant, but they're in royal news almost every other day, right? Or every day. If they're not in royal news every day, if those royal rodent reporters weren't reporting about them, then, they're in other news as well, right? I guess what I'm trying to say is that, there are reports about them that royal reporters don't report on. I guess what I'm trying to say is, I'm getting a little tongue-tied here, is that it's obvious that our faves make global news, right? And what I love is the fact that the royal rota, aka royal gossip fangirls, royal gossip hacks, royal gossip groupies, no longer have control over the news when it comes to Harry and Meghan. And I love it. I love it. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and look into the chat and see who's in there. All right. I see some of my faves. All of you guys are my faves. I love you all. But I see the usual suspects are in the house, so it's good to see you guys. Let's see. Hey, Susie Q, Boney Mighty, Tanya, is it Fatua or Fatu? Deidre, Cookies and Cream, how you doing? You know me, I just be rambling. I'm getting ready to pour me some water because here in this lovely state that I live in currently, it is hot as hell. I need this whole bottle. All right. Cool. So, those of you who have never in your life ever been on this channel, welcome. This is Meghan, Duchess of Advocacy, World Podcast Channel. And when I do live podcast, oh, by the way, I am your host. I'm your host, Special K Thoughts. And you can call me Special K, or you can call me Special K Thoughts. Um, but I am your host. And this channel is all about Harry and Meghan. And we are a pro Harry and Meghan channel. Okay. We are fanatical about them. Okay. We are diehards about them. Yes, this is Sexist Squad. Yes, I consider myself a squatty. I consider myself part of the Sexist Squad. I've been in the Sexist Squad since 2018, and I know for a fact that there are squatties who have been in longer than I have. Okay. So this is a pro Harry and Meghan channel. We love our faves. We support them. We defend them. And we're fanatical about them. And of course, we're fanatical about Queen Doria and their children. We protect their children as well. There are no fence riders here, guys. There are no fence riders here. None. We don't do both sides. We don't do both sides. Okay? We can't stand royal reporters. You know, those from the Daily Mail, the Sun, whoever, wherever. We don't like none of them. None of them. We don't like none of them. Okay? Because they're not objective. They are not objective at all. Okay? We have here in America White House correspondents, right? We have, you know, the White House press corps, right? And I'm pretty sure there are some within the White House press corps that, you know, if they're Republican, they may be more, you know, lenient on a Republican president, just like if there are Democratic, you know, White House correspondents, they may be a little more, you know, lenient towards a Democratic president. However, the majority of the time, they do their best to be objective when they're reporting. Okay. And I'm not talking about reporters who work for Fox News or, you know, who work for CNN. I'm talking about, you know, the real deal ones, the ones that you don't see on TV. Okay, those are the ones I'm talking about. But anyway, royal reporters are not like that. They're not like that at all. They are beholden to the crown. Okay, they are beholden to the crown. Okay, so they're not objective at all. They're not unbiased at all. You know, royal reporters like Rebecca English. Let's pick on Rebecca English for a minute. Okay, let me look in the chat. Make sure you guys can hear me. Okay. All right, so let's talk about Rebecca English for a minute. Okay, and then we'll go ahead and really get into this live podcast. But, you know, you take somebody like Rebecca English, okay, who swears up and down that she reports with no fear or favor. And we done caught her in so many lies, haven't we? Yes, we have, Becky. We have. So I don't want to spend too much time on her. But you guys know what I'm talking about. All right, guys, so let's go ahead and get started. And again, if this is your first time joining us, and if you heard my spiel about the type of channel this is, if that is your cup of tea and you are not a subscriber, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Go ahead. Go ahead. And if you're the type of person that likes royals and you're a royal watcher and you like King Tampon and Rottweiler and you like Will Not, Cannot, you like Goldilocks, you need to exit to the left, like seriously, because your feelings are going to get hurt. Like, for real. Your feelings are going to get hurt. Because they are. Your feelings are going to get hurt. All right. All right. Looking into the chat. Let's see. All right, so you guys ready to get started? Those of you who are listening, thank you for joining us today. And those of you in the chat, keep on chatting away, okay? And if there's anything that's going on with the sound, please let me know. All right, let's get started. So, guys, like I said, it's been a while since I've done a live podcast. There has been so much going on when it comes to the world of Sussex, right? There's a lot going on. So let's start off by talking about Meghan, okay? Duchess of Sussex. Let's go ahead and start talking about her. A lot of success going on with Duchess Meghan, isn't there? A lot of wins for her. I mean, she's been winning for a while. You know, truth be told, facts show that Meghan and Harry have been successful since they left the royal family. Right? I mean, the numbers don't lie, right? They've had a very, very successful documentary series, right? That just broke records on Netflix. But let's take it way before that. You know, Meghan, I mean, let's face it, she's a number one, New York Times best-selling artist, right? How about Prince Harry? He is too. Number one New York Times best-selling artist in regards to his memoir Spare that broke records. That's in the Genius World Book of Records, right? Way over 3 million copies sold, and it still continues to sell. They've had, successful docuseries on Apple with Oprah. Prince Harry did, which was entitled "Me You Can't See." And I happened to rewatch that the other day, and I mean, it was really, really good. I forgot how good it was. It brought me to tears again. Just you could go on and on. They've had a lot of success. Don't let the naysayers make you doubt that. Okay. I mean, there have been some things that they've done that wasn't as successful as other things, but I mean, overall, they have been very, very successful. So it doesn't surprise me that Meghan, Duchess of Sussex's, as ever, business is doing very, very, very well. Let's keep in mind, okay? Let's keep in mind, guys. Meghan is in partnership with Netflix, okay? And when you hear things like, oh, it sold out because she didn't have that much product out, they're manipulating the numbers, this, that, and the other. Again, don't listen to the noise. Seriously, don't. We are talking about Netflix here. Okay? We are talking about business here. Okay? All businesses have one thing in common. Okay? And what's that one thing in common that all businesses need to happen in order to be successful? That is to sell as much product as they can. Okay. So when you hear things like, oh, she's really not putting that much product out and that's why it's selling so fast, blah, 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 don't listen to it. Okay. Netflix partnered with Meghan, Duchess of Sussex. Okay. And they have business models. Okay. For her business. Okay. They had a projected amount of sales that they thought that As Ever would do. Okay. And that's what they put their money behind. And unfortunately, they underestimated how much product As Ever really needs to be supplying to meet that demand. Okay. Um, so the first launch sold out, right? Meghan said herself, the second launch, they decided to do 10 times more of the product. They were way off, okay? Really, instead of 10 times the product, it should have been probably more like 100 times the product. They probably should have went even bigger. Instead of 10 times, maybe 50 times the product. But I say 100 times the product. And the reason why I say that is because, number one, you know, when you look all over the social media pages, when you get off X and you look at different social media pages, especially Instagram, you know, Meghan has huge followings, especially on Instagram, right? Especially on Instagram. I mean, she's got Instagram fan pages that are like 300,000 plus, 500,000 plus. Okay, so, and then Meghan herself, right? She's up to what? 3 million followers? No, four. My bad. 4 million followers now. So again, as somebody looking on the outside, I would have said 100 times more product. Okay, 10 times more product for the second launch. That no. But I get it. Businesses do not want a lot of product left on the shelves, but that's just not going to happen when it comes to Meghan, Duchess of Sussex. And the reason why I say that is because her product is good. Okay? Her product is good. It's a good product. All right? Too many people, too many different social media people, too many people in the media, too many magazine people, whoever, are taste testing her product, and they can't help but say it's actually good. Okay. So the first launch, I understand why it sold out so quick. The reason why it sold out so quick was because a lot of people were curious, right? A lot of people were curious, okay? Which is good. And when people got it and tasted it, they were like, oh shit, this is actually pretty good. So therefore, a lot more people were like, hey, I can't wait till the second launch. And that's why the second launch, despite them increasing the product by 10 times, sold out quickly. Okay. Word of mouth when it comes to a new business is very, very important. When you have people who are not invested in all this rural gossip and who are in the middle, who try a product and they're like, damn, that product is actually really good, they're going to buy it again. Okay. And that is what is making As Ever so successful, along with the very, very eloquent, classy advertising. Okay. I mean, the advertising of As Ever, it's very classy. It's very modern, right? And that plays into it. And also, her team, her PR team on As Ever, they're doing a really good job. They are all over social media. They are in these social media streets, right? They are. The As Ever team, they're in these social media streets. And they are pulling up that hashtag As Ever to see what people are saying. What is the general public saying about this product? We're not going to pay attention to the royal mess. We could care less who at the Sun or at the Daily Mail are taste testing Duchess Meghan's product. We don't care, okay? If they got their hands on it, okay? And that's what I love. I mean, American Squatties, I love y'all, and I hope eventually As Ever does go global, but I totally understand why As Ever is just being sold in America because Duchess Meghan and Netflix wanted As Ever to have a fair start. Okay? They wanted As Ever to have a fair start. There's no way in hell if As Ever products were sold in the UK that they would have judged her products fairly. No way. It's too much hate for her in the UK. Too much. The UK, and I'm not talking about the citizens. I'm not talking about the people. I'm not talking about the squaddies. I'm talking about the media. I'm talking about the entire media. Every damn body. Everybody. Okay? Does not want to let Duchess Meghan have a win. They can't do it. They can't do it. So one of the smartest decisions that As Ever Netflix did was to only sell As Ever products in these United States of America because they knew that at least here in America, that product would have a chance. People would be fair. People would be objective. Because at the end of the day, one thing about us Americans, we may not like you, but if your product is really, really good, we're going to buy it. You understand what I'm saying? It depends on how much of a disdain that we have for you. Okay. I'll give you an example, right? I've never really cared for P. Diddy. Okay, never really cared. But I tried his Ciroc. Ooh, girl. I was like, oh, this is good. And I'll buy it. But, after that horrific video of him, beating Cassie, I don't buy his products anymore. But I'm just giving you an example. And then, America is a big country. There's over 350 million people that live here in this country. Okay. So contrary to popular belief over there on Shutter Island, who for some reason thinks that there are so many Americans that just absolutely love the royal family, that's just not true. This country is huge. I guarantee you, probably, and you American squaddies in the chat can help me out, but seriously, I would say there's probably no more than maybe 10% of Americans who really honestly follow the royal family like that. And I'm being so serious right now. Okay, I'm being dead serious. Okay, so my point is that yes, you've got royal watchers here in America. Okay, but the majority of Americans really honestly could care less about the royal family. Not unless somebody really popular is getting married, or not unless there's like a royal baby that is getting ready to be born. However, let me run that back a little bit. One of the main reasons why Americans got so interested in the royal family again was because of Princess Diana, okay, and her sons. And that's just the honest truth, okay? But back to what I was saying, because you guys know me, I be jumping all over the place. Back to what I was saying. As Ever, Duchess Meghan, Netflix, the bosses knew that her product needed to be launched here in America only because they felt, like I said before, that As Ever would have a fair shot at being successful because many Americans are not into the royal family like that. This country is like 350 million plus strong. California is bigger than the UK. And they knew that there were plenty of Americans that were going to give As Ever a try out of curiosity. And if the product is good, word of mouth is going to spread, right? And more Americans would buy it and continue to buy it. And, they knew that a lot of the media outlets out here would at least give it a fair shot. And that's what's happening. That's what's happening. So, congratulations to Duchess Meghan. She had a recent launch of the Napa Valley Rosé. How many of you guys in the chat got the Napa Valley Rosé? How many of you did? Anybody in the chat? got uh, Napa Valley Rosé. Those of you who are just now joining us, welcome, welcome, welcome. Again, this is Megan, Duchess of Advocacy World Podcast. We are doing a live podcast, which we entitle Sussex Talk. I am your host, Special K Thoughts. Again, this is a pro Meghan and Harry channel. We are fanatical about these two. We do not do both sides. We don't like them other worlds. We don't like them. We don't like them. We don't like them. We don't like royal reporters. We don't like royal monarchists. We don't like none of that bullshit. We just don't. Okay. It's all about our faves. Okay. So if you're okay with that cup of tea, please stay. Welcome to the channel. If you're not a subscriber, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, please. Thank you very much. All right. Let's see. I'm looking into the chat right now. I see the squatties, boy. I see the OGs in the house. The OGs are in the house. What's up, Joe? What's up, Joe? What's up, Joe Garcia? I thank you, Cookies and Cream. I'm very, very proud of Meghan. Very, very proud. I feel like, again, in the chat, let me know if you were able to get the Napa Valley Rosé, because I was. Okay, your girl was. Okay, I'm gonna show you guys right now. All right, hold on. All right, so the first launch of As Ever, I wasn't able to get squat. Okay. And your girl was hurting. Okay, I was hurting. I ain't getting nothing. Okay. The second launch, I was able to get my hands on the apricot spread, which I'm not a jam person. I'm not a spread person. Okay, I'm not. But that apricot spread, whew, it's really good. And I got my hands on the honey. Okay. And the honey is good. To rewind that, the first launch, I wasn't able to get my hands on nothing, but I had some squatties who sent me some stuff. So thanks to the squatties that had sent me the honey. Okay. Which was really, really good. But the second launch, I was able to, I was ready, girl. I was ready. 11, I was on there like at 10:50. I had opened up an account, all that, and your girl Special K Thoughts was ready, and I was able to get the apricot spread and the honey, and I was able to get my mom actually some stuff. But the rosé, I knew it was going to be war. Okay, to get your hands on the rosé. Okay, especially Napa Valley. I don't know how many of you guys in the chat are from Cali, but a lot of people know that I was raised in Cali. As a matter of fact, I just got back from California on vacation. And Napa Valley, first of all, it's beautiful, but that is wine country. And there are a lot of great tasting wines that come out of Napa Valley. Now, I am not a wine person. I'm not. Okay, I'm more of a, Anyway, I'm not a wine person, but I've been to Napa Valley quite a few times. I have some relatives that live in Temecula, California, and that's wine country as well. So I've been to a couple of places where you can taste wine and this, that, and the other. For some reason, wine hits different for me. Why, I don't know. It's like I can drink, I can drink Patron. I could drink, the brown stuff, and just feel good, and not get drunk or sick or nothing like that. But boy, when it comes to wine hits different for me. I get a headache. I I don't know what it is about wine. It just doesn't agree with my system. However, I had to do it. I was like, I got to get my hands on this rosé. Every once in a while when I go visit people, I do drink wine, right? But it's more so like what type of wine? I don't. One thing I know about me, I don't really like sweet wine, so I'm not a Moscato type chick. But anyway, I'm rumbling. But when the rosé went on sale, when the Napa Valley rosé went on sale, of course, I was on there. I was on my account. I was on the As Ever website. I was in my account. I was ready to go, girl. At 10:45, I was ready to go. Okay, so soon as the clock struck 11 a.m., bam! Oh shit! Options: 3 bottles, 6 bottles, 12 bottles. I said, okay, Duchess, okay. I went ahead and bought 3 bottles because again, I'm not a wine person. Um, I figured, you know what? Let me go. I'll just go ahead and get the 3 bottles, okay? Because I'm not a wine person. I don't really buy bottles of wine, and at the end of the day, what if I don't really like it? Okay, again, it's okay if Duchess Megan does something that you don't like, that you don't particularly care for. So anyway, I went ahead and bought the 3 bottles. Bam! Please, please, please let it go through. It went through right away, right? But we all know when you purchase stuff online, right? And it says that they've received your order and they're processing your order, this, that, and the other. That does not necessarily mean that you're going to get it, right? You don't know that you're actually going to receive the product until you get the other notification that it's been shipped to your house, right? Right. Okay, but I was happy, nevertheless. Um, and then, of course, later on, I got the notification that, you know, my Napa Valley Rosé has shipped to my house. And there better be somebody there who's got a picture ID, 18 and over, that can sign for it. But anyway, guys, yes, I got my rosé. All right, so here we go. Right, see it. Of course, Megan. I got 2 of these. Actually, I got 2 of these cards. This right here, guys. Hold on to these. Seriously, hold on to these. Okay, hold on to these as a collector's item. Seriously, okay, because I have a feeling that Duchess Megan is going to come out with something different later on. Okay, so collector's item right here. Hold on to these. All right, so here we go. Okay. All right. I'm going to pop a bottle. Um, one day, someday soon, in the very, very near future. But you know what I noticed? Let me look in the chat real quick. Let's see. Yes, Miss Joan, I drink Hennessy. Yes, I'm a Hennessy girl. Okay, Crown Royal too. Especially back in my military days. See, I'm going back into the chat for those of you who are just listening and not in the chat. I just want to see what you guys are talking about. Okay, cookies and cream, you bought 3 bottles? Okay. I know. Good to see you too, Veronica. I know a lot of squatties who bought 6 bottles and quite a few who bought 12. What people have to realize and understand is that you have a lot of people who love to entertain, right? Who just love to entertain. And we are definitely in the entertaining season, right? Because it's summertime, a lot of people going on vacation. Like I said, I just got back from Cali, okay? And, you know, people love to entertain. 4th of July just went by. At least where I live, right, where I stay, there's a lot of festivals going on right now. So, buying 6 bottles, 12 bottles, nothing but a thing to certain people. I just couldn't see myself buying 12 bottles because, again, I need to know what it tastes like. You know what I'm saying? I got to know what the taste is. And I'm not a wine person. But like I just told you guys, I did get mine, okay, and I'm going to chill a bottle, and we'll talk about the reviews pretty soon. But remember what I was saying about make sure that you hold on to these, right? Because I have a feeling these are going to be like collector's items. And the reason why I say that is because I have a feeling Meghan's going to switch it up. I do. I have a feeling she's going to switch it up, right? And come out with different versions of this because her business is brand new, right? She's still in the experimentation stage. Did I say that right? I don't even know if I said that right, but you guys know what I mean. She's trying out different things, doing different things, and I know that our girls got all different kinds of ideas swimming in her head because, as ever, is successful so far. Remember what Meghan said during her interview with what was the young lady's name? I want to say Emma so bad, but I think it was Gemma. Right? Let me look on the internet. But you guys know who I'm talking about, right? She was on Shark Tank. She's British. She's pretty. She's biracial. Hold on, because if I drop this and my bottles hit the floor and crash, I'm literally gonna pass out. All right. Let me turn my laptop on. Remember what Meghan said when she had her interview with the young lady from the UK, which I thought was a great interview. I thought it was one of Meghan's better interviews because I love the way. I want to say so bad. What's her name? Is it Gemma or is it Emma? I'm looking in the chat to see if anybody knows who I'm talking about. Meghan just had an interview with her not too long ago. Let's see. Okay, I got it right here. So her name is Emma. Emma? Is it Emma Grade? I know I'm not saying her last name right. You guys know I'm quick to mess up a name, right? Special K Thoughts is quick to mess somebody's name up. But Emma, she spells her last name Grede. She's from the UK. Beautiful. Obviously, she's biracial. She is a businesswoman. She's an entrepreneur. She is very well known here in the United States because she partnered with Kim Kardashian. And they have their business Skims, which I believe probably made Kim Kardashian a billionaire at this point. But remember what Meghan said during that interview, right? With her, and Meghan said that she would have just been happy opening up a stand at the farmer's market, just selling honey. She would have thought that would, being successful just doing that would have been fine with her. Okay. So, even though Meghan's a go-getter and she's ambitious, when she said that, I thought, wow, okay, she's limiting herself. She's kind of limiting herself, right? She's not thinking big, okay? And so it's great to see that there's somebody at Netflix who was like, nah, girl, no. You got to think big, okay? Because number one, your product is good, and number two, perhaps maybe you're paying a little too much attention to the negativity, right? And you, number one, you got a fan base out there who's that's huge, that's worldwide, that's global, that's definitely going to give your products a chance. Okay. And number two, you got to think about the people in the middle who could care less about the royals, who love jam, who love honey, right? And you also got to think about the people who know that you're a business partner with Clever Blends, I'm sorry, and that's a successful brand. So there are people out there who, you know, there's well more than enough people that are out there that are going to give your product a chance. Okay, way bigger numbers than people who go to the farmers market in Montecito, California. So anyway, somebody said in the chat that they're very proud of Meghan. I'm very proud of Meghan as well. But I'm not surprised about her success. One thing Meghan has said before, time and time again, is that she's not going to attach her name to a product that's not good. Okay. So, yeah, I mean, as ever, I'm very proud of her. I can't wait till the next launch. It's going to be interesting to see what she sells next. People are waiting for that raspberry jam. And what more products is she going to add? I think People Magazine had already done an article saying that she was going to release, I think, different types of wine, which that's going to be awesome. I mean, she's really building her own empire, right? And another interesting thing that she said during her interview with Emma was that, hey, I've had lots of, companies come at me and want me to do different things. I think she said makeup was something that an agency wanted her to do, or beauty products, something like that. I mean, which makes sense because, I mean, she's a beautiful woman, right? But, the sky's the limit for her. And it's good to see that she appears to me to really have gotten her mojo back. And I'm just really happy for her. Another thing that came out during Emma's interview was the fact that she decided to let the podcast go, which I thought was an excellent idea. I did. I'm sorry, but I did. And I knew that was going to happen. I knew that was going to happen because I was like, man, she's putting out she's starting this brand new business with these products. She's got 2 little kids. When is she going to have time to do a podcast? We don't want the Duchess to spread herself too thin. So, I mean, I'm going to miss hearing her voice. I'm going to miss hearing, her doing podcasts. And I'm just going to keep it real. I'm going to keep it real. I got to keep it real with y'all. I enjoyed and liked Archetypes way more than I did Confessions of a Female Founder. Just saying. I kind of wish she had stayed on the Archetypes theme. Maybe she couldn't. But I just thought that those podcasts were a little better than Confessions of a Female Founder. And again, some of the podcasts I enjoyed and some I kind of didn't. So I'm just keeping it real. I'm just being honest. I'm glad that she's focusing more on As Ever. And again, I just see the sky's the limit for Duchess Meghan. So kudos to Duchess Meghan. And Is there anybody in the chat who has the rosé, who's tasted it and absolutely loves it? I've seen nothing but great reviews about this rosé. Let me look in the chat. Yes, Joy. Joy says the sky is unlimited for our Duchess Meghan. I see it. M&H becoming a billionaire. Yeah, I see it too. And you know what? I don't even think that's what their goal is. I think they just want to be comfortable. They want to be comfortable. They want to be able to afford to pay for security. And you know what I'm saying? Continue to do the charity work that they do. And they just want to be good. For those of you who are just listening, I'm looking in the chat. Okay. All right. All right. So back to As Ever Rosé. Now, like I was saying, right? I thought it was a clever idea that As Ever and Netflix decided to only launch and sell the products here in America. I promise you, I've never seen so many taste testing products ever when it comes to a famous person releasing an edible product. I've never seen it before. It's like, Duchess Meghan releases a spread and all of a sudden everybody's a taste tester. I've never seen it. I've never noticed it. Okay. Duchess Meghan releases a rosé and all of a sudden everybody wants to be a taste tester in media. Okay. All right. Fine. Cool. But at least the people who are being the taste testers are being honest, they're being objective, and they're being fair. And that's what I love about it. Because one thing about a lot of American reporters, they do try to be fair. If they're writing for a tabloid, well, of course they're not going to be fair, right? If they're working for a magazine that has an editor that's like, no, you cannot voice an unbiased opinion, well then yeah, they're not going to be fair. But like I said, here in America, this country's too big. Okay, it's too big. You're going to hear a lot of different opinions. Okay, and what I love is that's what's happening with As Ever. Okay, so when Meghan released her first launch of As Ever, the raspberry spread and the honey, I mean, overall, you heard nothing but positive things, right, from people who taste tested it, right? Well, the same thing is happening with the rosé. Okay, the rosé. First of all, how many of you guys in the chat knew that John Bon Jovi had a rosé or a wine? Like, I had no idea. But I mean, the New York Post, all right? The New York Post, they constantly trash Harry and Meghan, right? Constantly. Why? Who is the New York Post owned by? Right? Rupert. I'm surprised that man is still living. I wish him no harm. Don't take me wrong. I wish him no harm. Okay. But I mean, the last time I saw him, he looked like he was knocking at heaven's door. Okay, like seriously. But anyway, so the New York Post, right? They had a wine taste test of famous people wine, celebrity wines, and of course, Meghan's As Ever Rosé. I think it was Sarah Jessica Parker's. I had no idea that she had a wine. It was Brad Pitt's wine. I knew about his because Brad and Angelina Jolie, they're fighting over the winery, right? And somebody else's wine, and they blindly taste tested them. And what wine or rosé ended up being their favorite? As ever. Now I saw it, right? The people and I believe that the taste testers were actually professional wine tasters. Okay, I don't think that they were people who actually wrote for the New York Post. I believe that the people that actually tasted these wines, taste tested these wines, were actually professional wine tasters. There's actually a name for them, and I don't know what it is, but the people who actually do this for a living. I was really shocked at the New York Post. Like, really? Like, y'all really gonna do this fair and balanced, unbiased taste testing of Meghan, Duchess of Sussex, Rosé, when y'all trash her on a daily basis? I was like really shocked. But then I thought, you know what? You know, folks don't want to be sued, right? I mean, you are talking about somebody's product. And if you have some dopey, biased reporter or gossiper tasting somebody's product and just trashing it, you know, that could lead to a lawsuit. I mean, people are entitled to their opinions. However, you do have to be careful with that. So anyway, like I was saying, I saw it. They actually filmed it. They filmed these people doing the taste testing, and these people were professional wine taste testers. They didn't know whose wine that they were taste testing. And did you guys see their reaction when they found out that the wine that they liked the best was the Napa Valley Rosé? I mean, they were just like, "Wow, okay, okay, you go, Megan." Like, okay, wow, all right, well, good for her. I thought that was great. I really did. And then recently, somebody from a magazine, there not somebody, but there was a group from a magazine that also did did a wine tasting um review on Duchess Megan's Napa Valley Rosé. Right, let me see if I can pull that up. I forgot what magazine it was. Let me see if I can find it on my X page. Let me see. But it's just so crazy to me how all of a sudden there are all these different social media outlets, magazines, all these people who all of a sudden now want to do taste testing of Duchess Megan's products. However, they're doing it and comparing it with other famous people's products. Okay. Um, Again, I've never seen so much taste testing and comparison in my life when it comes to famous people's products. I mean, my boy Snoop came out with, I think, a wine or something, and ain't nobody trying to taste test his stuff. I mean, it's just, oh my goodness. But I don't know if I can find it. Let me see. Click home. Let's see. Oh my gosh, my X page. There's just so much going on in the world of sexes. It's like too much. What the hell? Uh-oh. Zara, you better get your man. I'm looking at my X page right now. Zara, girl, you better get your man. You better get Mikey. What in Sam hell is going on there? Oh, never mind. That's an old article. Never mind. It's an old article. Okay, my bad. Let's see. What y'all think about the I'm going off topic here. But what do you guys think of the CEO who was caught at the Coldplay concert with his HR executive, and now he's saying he might sue Coldplay? Okay, the CEO of some big old company was at a Coldplay concert with his human resources executive. They at the Coldplay concert boot up now. They boot up. Okay, hugging each other, boot up. And during the Coldplay concert, on the jumbo tram or whatever they call it, the jambo tram, the jumbo tram, focused on them. And oh boy, like lets her go, and he like kneels down to get out the camera, and she turns her head, all embarrassed. Now, dude, talk about he gonna sue Coldplay. Oh my gosh. The kicker to that is that they're both married. Okay, they're married, cheating on their spouses at a Coldplay concert. People. People. If you're not happy, get out your marriage. That's just bananas right there. Okay, looks like I'm not on mine. I got to get on my page. Okay, hold on. Oh Lord, I can't find it. I thought I had posted it. I don't want to take up too much of you guys' time. Um, but anyway, there was another magazine that had done a taste testing of Duchess Meghan's Rosé, and they compared it and contrasted with other um, famous people's wines as well. And I think that one she came in at number two. Yeah, she came in at number two, and three out of the four people said that they would actually buy it. But anyway, like I was saying, big kudos to Meghan. I'm glad that her business is doing well, and I look forward to whatever else that she's gonna put out. In regards to As Ever. Uh, so many possibilities for that brand, right? So many possibilities. Like, is she going to continue um, releasing products online? Is she going to perhaps sign a contract with, some high-end grocery store and sell her products out of the grocery store? Uh, Maybe she'll contract with some big-time hotel chain. You know what I'm saying? I mean, just for her products to be featured in the hotel. I could definitely see that. Woo! Like, for real, I could definitely see that. Um, and I'm talking about like a hotel chain that's global. Like the Hilton or the DoubleTree. You know, I can see that. Hmm. All right, let me go in this. Hey, Connie, how you doing, Connie? One thing about FedEx, I see somebody in the chat talking about FedEx. I was getting text messages from FedEx, right? They was letting me know, like for real. They was letting me know, you know. And I don't know if you have the Shop app, but if you don't, go ahead and download the Shop. It's called Shop app, and it tracks down where your as ever product is at. Okay. Um, so just letting y'all know. But yeah, Joan, I agree. The possibilities are endless. They really, really are. I mean, she can, you know, she can really go big with this. As long as the product is good, the product got to stay good. Okay. That spread has to stay good. That honey has got to stay good. I don't have the cookies mix, and I don't have the what's the other product? Um I can't think of the other product right now. But I don't have the flour sprinkles. But baby, those flour sprinkles, I think those flour sprinkles will always sell out. Like seriously, I think the flour sprinkles will always and forever sell out. I don't think she could put enough out. I don't. I don't. People are obsessed with the flour sprinkles. Okay. Her most popular products is the spread, the honey, and then damn flour sprinkles. Okay. What I love about the cookies, the cookie dough, is that it's easy to make. I'm hearing too many people say that it's really easy to make and the cookies are good. Okay. As long as her product stays good, the possibilities are endless. Like for real. For real. That's what Martha Stewart's advice was to Duchess Meghan. When Martha Stewart was told that she was an inspiration to Meghan, right? Martha Stewart said that she was flattered by that. And she said the best advice that she can give the Duchess was your product has to be good on a consistent basis. Okay. Again, America, 350 million people. Okay. She only needs, like, she could be successful with like only what, a third of the population buying her products, if that. Like seriously, you know. But yeah, I would love to be in those business meetings because you know she's got so many options on the table. Selling these products online, it's bigger than that. At this point, it's bigger than that. Like for real, it's bigger than that. Okay, because one of the reasons why the bottle of rosé was $30 is because of the shipment. You know what I'm saying? Her bottle on average is more expensive than an average really good rosé. Okay. And one of the main reasons why is because of the shipping costs. You know. All Meghan got to do, keep the product good and keep it made in America. Girl, keep your products made in America. You'll be good to go. Okay. All right, guys. All right. Let's see. A little over an hour. Those of you who are just joining us, welcome. If you're not a subscriber, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. We were just talking about Meghan, Duchess of Sussex, her success. She should be really proud of herself. She should. Very proud of herself in regards to the launch of As Ever. Meghan will tell you herself. That's what I love about her. You know, she'll tell you herself out of her mouth, her whole chest. that, hey, I stumbled and fumbled with this business. You know, I had issues with the name American Riviera Orchard. I had issues with that. You know, um, there were some ideas that I had that didn't work out. And I seriously had to get advice from people and take their advice. And I love it when she says that. I do. I love it when she says that. Um, our girl let it be known during the interview with Emma that she had to research different distributors. She needed to find distributors that can meet the demand. Okay. So again, she's still at a building process with this product. Um, you know, I see big things for Meghan. Meghan's probably gonna have to buy her own warehouses at this point. Again, I get it. She doesn't want a lot of product, you know, left. But like Joan said, I see endless possibilities for her. I really do. All right. So let's go ahead and talk about our favorite prince. You guys know the people's prince, the global prince, Prince Harry. One thing about Prince Harry, he stays true to the game. Okay? He stays true to the game. Right? I was just so happy when I saw Prince Harry um doing continuing to walk in his mother's footsteps, Princess Diana, in regards to the work that he continues to do with the Halo Trust Foundation. Um, and another thing that I love: no leaks, 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 no leaks. Nobody knew that Prince Harry was in Angola. Is that how you say it? Is that how you say it? Nobody knew. Nobody knew that Prince Harry was. I'm probably not even saying it right. I need to do better. But nobody knew that Prince Harry was in Angola. Nobody knew. We had no clue. Right? Because there were no leaks. Right. So, anyway, Prince Harry, he's continuing to do his thing with the Halo Trust. I was just so happy to see that, because we all know that he's been dealing with the takeover of Cintabale, and I know that that's had to be very, very tough for Prince Harry. Even though he was the Patreon, um, he still was the founder, right? Him and the other prince, and that's got to be hard for both of them, because they founded that foundation in honor of both their mothers, and to see what's going on with that foundation, it's that's hard. That's very, very hard, and I'm pretty sure very, very difficult. So I was happy to see Prince Harry, you know, see that he's still working with the Halo Foundation, walking in his mother's footsteps, because that was very, very important to her. Okay, the landmine situations, in Angola. Princess Diana, she she fought for that. She brought attention, I should say, to that, in regards to all the landmines that were still in that country, and how many of those citizens were hurt by landmines in that country. So I was happy to see Prince Harry with the CEO, James, I believe it's Cohen, and who is the president. And Prince Harry, the Duke of Sussex, he affirmed his extraordinary dedication to and investment in the vision of a mine-free Angola. Okay, mine-free. And I'm looking at Prince Harry right now, and he's shaking hands with the president, and he did it. He did it again. He, walked through the fields in Angola and walked in his mother's footsteps. And I actually saw here in America, Good Morning America do a report on it. Yeah, Good Morning America actually did a report on Prince Harry being in Angola, working with the Halo uh, Trust Foundation. Isn't that something? Again, those two make global news. They do. They make global news. And what I loved about that report was the only royal that they talked about besides Prince Harry was Princess Diana. There was no mention of, King Tampon. There was no mention of Rottweiler. There was no mention of Body Locks. There was no mention of none of them. Okay, it was just Prince Harry on his own doing his thing. So I love that. I love that. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. And some other news about Prince Harry. Um, I don't think we as a squad talk enough about this, and we probably don't because there's just so much going on with Harry and Meghan. But I do see enough squaddies talking about it, and I'm talking about Travalyst, right? Prince Harry's company, Travalyst, and you know, Prince Harry continues to do work with Travalyst. He continues to promote Travalyst, and Travalyst is doing some big things. I mean, this is a successful company, and at least I know I do. I kind of tend to forget about it when it makes news, when news comes out about this agency. But Prince Harry, I mean, he was recently, you know, at a conference about Travalyst, and I'll just read it to you off the Success.com website. Today, Prince Harry, Duke of Sussex and founder of Travalyst, called on the Asian Pacific APAC, okay, travel industry to strengthen its commitment to sustainable tourism and collective climate goals. Okay, speaking in Shanghai at Trip.com Group's Envision 2025 Global Partner Conference. Okay, I mean, Prince Harry, I mean, he continues to do his thing. Okay, that's what's missing in the royal family. Seriously. I know people don't like to compare and contrast, but damn it, we gonna compare and contrast. Okay. Future heir will not. Prince Harry, who's outside of the royal fold. Okay, he's attending conferences, he's doing speeches, he's working with foundations, he's walking fields to see if there's landmines in the fields, walking his mother's footsteps. His company, Travalyst, or Travalyst, is doing big things. He's attending conferences, talking about collective climate change goals, and his company has partnered with Google. But all those royal road reporters want to do is question, why is Prince Harry in China? He's in China making a difference. That's what he's doing. Okay. So I'm just going to read a little bit more. As a founder of Travalyst, a nonprofit coalition focused on driving sustainability across the travel sector, the Duke reaffirmed his commitment to working with partners across the region to deliver systemic, lasting change for people and the planet. Okay. So there you go. Prince Harry just doing big things. he's continuing to do the work. Prince Harry is continuing to do what he said he was going to do when he decided to no longer be a working royal. That's what's missing in that family. That right there. You got Duchess Meghan, who has launched a successful business that has absolutely nothing to do with being in a royal, right? Her business has absolutely nothing with being a royal. There's nothing royal about her business, right? Nothing at all. Napa Valley Rosé. Napa Valley Rosé. It gets no more American than that. Napa Valley, a global wine country, famously known wine country here in America. And our Duchess, our American Duchess, puts out a rosé and names it Napa Valley. And she's continuing to work with charities, right? And you got Prince Harry, who's continuing to work with charities. Okay. We got Invictus coming up pretty soon. He's working with Travalyst. He's working with the Halo Foundation. Sentibale eventually will get resolved. It will. It will. It'll eventually get resolved, and he'll be back. He's continuing to work with military families. King Corrupt. You probably should have accepted the half in, half out deal. Don't you think? All right. Let me see. All right. All right, so now we're going to get into the foolery. So, I know that you guys have heard, right? I know that you guys have heard that there have been some allegations, some accusations, right? Some allegations, some accusations. Okay. Against Corrupt Chuck, King Corrupt. I know you guys have heard about it, right? I know you have. My hair is a hot mess. But I know you have. I know you've heard about the allegations, the accusations against King Corrupt. Oh, back to the rosé. I heard that the rosé, the Napa Valley rosé, was like 14% alcohol content. I guess I should have looked at it, but if it is, I won't be able to drink it while I'm doing a live podcast because I'll get a little faded. But back to Corrupt Chuck, King Corrupt. So, some accusations, huh? Accusations, insinuations, bullying claims, huh? I mean, it's nothing new to me, right? It's nothing new to squatties. But, because, I mean, King Charles, he was accused of actually choking somebody out. Like for real. He was accused of, it was a story that was out that he got so upset that about something that he actually literally tore a sink out of a wall or something, destroyed a sink or something like that. And come on, we all saw it, right? We all saw during his coronation when he was signing the paperwork how upset he got when the pen exploded. And he was like, remember? But you remember that though? He was writing and the pen exploded and he was like, my God, I hate when these things happen. Oh my gosh. But you guys remember that? I mean, that was all over TV. It was like, what the hell is wrong with this dude? So, the Mail on Sunday, which is a shocker, released an article, or I should say, wrote an article, saying that King Corrupt is a bully. Okay. Oh, somebody put up a video montage of Meghan growing up. Oh, looks nice. Who is this? Meghan updates. It's cute. But anyway, so the Mail on Sunday, right? Was it the Mail on Sunday or was it the Sunday Times? Who was it? Was it the Mail on Sunday? Let me get back to my damn Twitter page. Home. Let me look in the chat. The time, was it the Times? Okay. Well, one of them. Does this big old spread, right, about King Charles being a bully. Apparently, he was bullying his gardeners. Okay, and he was paying them minimum wage. And I guess since 2022, 11 out of the 12 gardeners quit. And they actually gave examples. What's different about the bullying allegations when it comes to Meghan Sussex was there really no examples of what she did that would constitute bullying. Right? They're just really wasn't. All they just kept on saying was that she made people cry, people were scared of her, and that she sent 5 a.m. emails. They didn't really give specific examples. But this article in the Times, I guess it's the Sunday Times, in regards to King Charles being a bully, they actually have specific examples. Okay. Of him being a bully. So I don't know if there was an investigation done or if there's going to be an investigation done. I think I read that there was an investigation done. I don't really like to click on those articles because I don't want to give them no views or no type of currency in me clicking the articles. That people like the Mail on Sunday or the Sunday Times or the Sun or the Daily Mail, all those trash British papers, or even here in America, them trash American, like the New York Post, get no clicks or anything from me. But I think there was an investigation. However, they said the investigation didn't include, it wasn't about King Charles. They do anything to protect the crown, right? Anything to protect the crown. Speaking of the crown, I was watching The Crown the other day. What time is it? I don't want to keep you guys too long. I was watching The Crown on Netflix the other day. I rewatched the episode of King Charles when he was a young boy, and he was at the school. He was at that school in Scotland. see, that's King Charles, right? That's him. He hasn't changed. I just hope he wasn't touched. The reason why I'm bringing this up was because I was thinking, because you know the scenes where he's hanging out with his favorite uncle. I'm sorry, I just couldn't help but think to myself, man, I hope he wasn't touched. You guys know what I'm talking about. But anyway, back to King Charles, Corrupt Chuck, King Corrupt. It's going to be interesting to see how these royal rodent gossip hack pro monarchy reporters handle this story, right? Because we all know they're either not going to really report on it, or when they report on it, they're going to give King Charles grace, right? They're going to give him some type of grace. Unlike Meghan, I bet you right now as we speak, and I think I posted it on my, as a matter of fact, no, I'm not thinking, I know that I posted it on my ex Twitter page, that I bet you Rebecca English right now is writing a story for the Daily Mail about how Duchess Meghan bullied staff and how they're still traumatized. They're still traumatized, right? However, when it comes to King Charles's allegations, you know, we need to give him grace because he's dealing with cancer. I guarantee it. I guarantee it that that's what Rebecca English is going to write for the Daily Mail. I guarantee it. Or it's going to be an article to say that the king, you know, he had a turn for the worst. And, you know, just remember that Meghan bullied staff. And they'll make the article all about Meghan. All right, so it's going to be interesting to see how they handle that. But I'm just kind of questioning, why did the Sunday Times even write the article? Like, why? I wonder what the purpose was, because the purpose definitely wasn't to put the story out, because it's probably true. There's always an agenda. In my opinion, whenever they write a negative story about one of those royals, there's always an agenda behind it. You understand what I'm saying? There's always some type of cover-up behind it. It should be no shocker to anybody that King Charles is a bully. That shouldn't be a shocker to nobody, right? So anyway, what do y'all think about this quote-unquote peace summit? TNO says, favorite uncles make me nervous. Exactly, right? Because that sure was King Corrupt's favorite uncle. And they hung out a lot. Just saying. And you know all the stories about that uncle touching a whole bunch of other little boys. So, just saying. Okay, so what do y'all think about the Peace Summit story? That two of Prince Harry's peoples and King Corrupt's communications director or whatever met in London. Y'all really think that was a peace summit? It could have been. It could have been a peace summit to where, and I don't think it was a peace summit. I think it was a negotiation, right? I think it was just a negotiation to where Prince Harry put his foot down, is putting his foot down. Or I shouldn't say he's putting his foot. Well, yeah, that he's putting his foot down. And he's not letting his foot up on their necks. He's saying, yes, I want reconciliation. However, there has to be accountability before any reconciliation can take place. So they're negotiating that. That's what I think. I think Prince Harry is like, first of all, I'm going to take it back. I think King Charles is really upset that a lot of Prince Harry's fans feel like he does not care about his grandchildren. I believe that that is absolutely true. He doesn't. I mean, he doesn't. Just like he don't care about Prince William's kids. No. He may care about George because he's the heir, but trust me, King Charles don't spend no time with Prince William's kids. But it's like you're a king and you're head of the church. It's not a good look when you have a group of people worldwide that feel like you could care less about your grandkids and you could care less about your son. And I really think that Harry's last interview with the BBC, King Charles realized that that affected his reputation in a very negative way. Okay. The thing about King Charles is he's an OG, okay? He's an OG when it comes to leaking. He's an OG when it comes to image. He's an OG, okay? He's an original gangster. He's an original royal gangster when it comes to that shit. He is. I'm sorry, but he is. I don't think we give King Charles enough credit when it comes to his PR spin and the leaking and how much he really does care how he's portrayed in the press. Okay. Think back to Princess Diana. Think about how upset he was when Princess Diana had more of the limelight than he did. Okay. I do feel in my heart of hearts that King Charles saw that interview by Prince Harry and he was like, oh, darling, we have got to get the communications team and we've got to do something about this. We have got to do something about this. My darling boy, he's on national TV. He's on national TV on the BBC. People think I don't care about him. Trust me, that BBC interview stumped King Corrupt. It did. Okay? Because he has sense enough to know that I can't just focus on how people feel in the UK. Trust me, he got intel how people outside of the UK viewed Prince Harry's interview. Okay. So I definitely believe that King Corrupt is the person that initiated this quote unquote peace summit. However, I believe one of the reasons why Prince Harry sent two people, and not one person, but two people to this negotiation summit was because, number one, he wanted a witness. Okay. He wanted a witness that can back up everything that was said. And number two, he wanted to make it clear that in order for us to have reconciliation, there has to be accountability. Okay. And that's where they're going to get stumped on because Prince Harry, he wants people to be held accountable for what they've done. He already said that him and Meghan will apologize for whatever they felt that they did wrong to them. Okay. For clarification, he said that him and Meghan have offered to apologize for whatever they feel that they've done that hurt them. Okay, and I'm talking, when I say them, I'm talking about King Charles, will not and cannot. Okay. And he said that they have not offered any examples of what they need to apologize for. Okay. So that's what I believe that the quote unquote peace summit was about. I believe that King Charles initiated it And Prince Harry was like, yeah, okay, I mean, I'll play the game, but I'm sending two people there. And um, there's got to be accountability. And, I'm pretty sure Prince Harry would agree to just everybody just breathe, put the guns down and breathe, right? Now, what's interesting to me is the fact that, and this is what I mean by ain't no way in the world how these rural reporters or rural gossip hats could say that they report without fear or favor when you write stories saying that basically you don't want King Charles to have a relationship with Prince Harry, and you're asking, what about William? What are you asking about William for? Just report on the story, right? Like, what are you asking about that bald headed sucker for? Like, just report the story. All this spin, oh, King Charles shouldn't trust Harry and da 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 da. It really, honestly, is really none of our business, first of all. And why would you discourage a father wanting to be in a relationship with his son? That's not your place. You're a reporter. You should just be reporting on the story, right? And what William got to do with it? This is between Prince Harry and King Corrupt. William ain't got nothing to do with it because William has no say-so in Prince Harry's life. Did y'all forget? Prince Harry left being a working world over 5 years ago. Prince William has absolutely no control in Harry's life. Why would Prince William need to be there? Like, for real. Seriously, why would Prince William need to be there? If Prince William doesn't want a relationship with Harry, cool. When Prince Harry said that there are some people in my family who will never forgive me for the book, I believe that he was talking about Prince William. I do. Because Prince William was the one that got the most heat. Prince William was the one that got the most fire. And when people say, "Oh, what Prince Harry did is just absolutely unforgivable," that's bullshit. There are brothers that have done way worse to each other and forgiven each other and became brothers again. Prince Harry just wrote a memoir about his life. People need to know if they have a king that is an abuser. The public needs to be aware of that, and they need to know that. Okay. If you get so mad and so incensed that you, as a 40-plus-year-old man, puts your hands on your brother and pushes him down, my God, what are you doing in the home with your children? What are you doing in the home with your wife? If you can't control yourself arguing with your brother about his wife, my God, then I'm pretty sure that there's some situations where you're arguing with your wife that you can't control yourself. People need to know that. That man is a future king. He's an heir. Okay? Because let me tell you something. What if Prince Harry got up and punched the dog shit out of him? Prince Harry could have been arrested and gone to jail. But he didn't. He called his therapist. He told Prince William to have a drink of water, and then he called his therapist. Okay. So anyway, who do you guys think leaked the story? Prince Harry made it clear that it was not leaked from the Sussex camp. Prince Harry is not playing those games. He's not playing those games. Okay. It's interesting to me that when they had this quote unquote meeting, that they're all outside on a balcony. And when the photo was taken, the main person looking at the camera is King Corrupt's communications director. Who do you think's idea it was to meet outside on the balcony? I guarantee you it was King Charles's communications director, who used to work for the Daily Mail. Okay? That's why Prince Harry sent two people. Okay? That's why Harry sent two people. All right. Oops. And the hits keep on coming. How about the other article that was written where I guess they interviewed Princess Anne? You guys heard about that? And she said that she probably was going to retire when she's 90. It's like, damn, are you serious? Your plan is to retire? Or no, when she turns 80, she's going to slow down and then retire when she's about 90? My God. Okay, Princess Anne. But how about the part where she said that she wished that Prince William did more of the bread and butter work? Okay, it's alleged that she said that. Supposedly a friend of hers said that she said that. Mm. Things, let me tell you something. That monarchy is on its last leg. It really honestly is. It's on its last leg. And King Charles sees that. He sees that Prince William is lazy as ever. Um, Things are going on in Will and Kate's marriage. Trust me, that marriage is on the rocks. It is. That marriage is on the rocks. Um, Kate has made it clear she will do the events that she wants to do, which is Wimbledon, right? Giving an occasional. She gonna do what she want to do. Okay, she realizes that she's in a position to where she's got William up against the wall. It is what it is with that. That monarchy is on its last leg. And don't be surprised. Don't be surprised. I hope Prince Harry doesn't take the bait, but don't be surprised if King Charles offers Prince Harry some type of role having to do with the Commonwealth. Just saying. Just saying. Just saying. Okay. Just saying. Um you got some squatties in the camp who are like dead set against Prince Harry reunifying with his pops. Look, y'all, sometimes I question that myself, but at the end of the day, it's really none of our business. That's between a father and son. Okay. And also security. Security is a huge important issue. And I believe that Prince Harry would just like to have that type of relationship with his father to where, hey, he and his family, it's like if you want to see your grandchildren, if you really want to see and love your grandchildren, you will ensure that we have security. If you can't provide us security, then that tells me that you could care less about me and my children. And I believe that's the biggest reason why King Corrupt was the main person that reached out to Harry, was the person that reached out to Harry. BBC interview. All right, guys. Well, we're close to 2 hours. So I'm going to go ahead and end this live podcast. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm going to go ahead and look into the chat real quick before I end. There's probably some things that I left out that I didn't get a chance to talk about. Let me see. Um, of course, we got Meghan's birthday coming up. Her birthday's what, August 4th? She is a true Leo. And, and of course, we'll keep our eyes out on this story that has dropped about King Corrupt being a bully. Um, it'll be interesting to see. It will be. Me personally, I think they're gonna eventually end up just not reporting on it for a long period of time. I don't think they're gonna beat him over the head with it. I don't. I don't. Anything to protect the crown. But back to our faves again. Prince Harry. I love him. He's continuing to do his work servicing the community, and communities outside of the United States, which I love. And then Meghan, she's doing her thing with As Ever. I'm pretty sure sooner or later we're going to see her doing some type of charity work as well. Meghan's birthday is coming up, and we let's see. Oh my gosh, almost forgot. But with Love Meghan season 2, that's going to be coming out real soon. So I really look forward to that. The news, right? There's more news about With Love Meghan. Netflix, I guess, released their numbers, and With Love Meghan, my God, out of over 7,000 TV shows and movies, With Love Meghan ranked like in the 300s, right? It was like 347. That is huge. Again, don't let the naysayers fool you. Don't let them fool you. You're talking over 7,000 movies and TV shows on Netflix, and With Love Meghan came in the 300s. That's a huge success. Keep in mind, With Love Meghan is a lifestyle show. It's a cooking show. Okay? It's a lifestyle show. Okay? Netflix knows what they're doing. Netflix knows what they're doing. Okay, so congratulations on Meghan Duchess for that. That shows that that's a very successful TV show. For whatever reasons, her naysayers do not want to compare and contrast her show to other lifestyle shows. Okay. So anyway, we do have season 2 to look forward to, which I can't wait. I saw that, I don't know if it was People Magazine, but one of them magazines did an interview with Gwyneth Paltrow. And again, Gwyneth Paltrow shut it down. She said that there's no beef between her and Meghan. She said that, they don't really see each other, but they're more like text message buddies. And they asked her, would she appear on Meghan's show With Love Meghan? And Gwyneth was like, absolutely, why not? Of course, I would love to. So again, all right, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and look into the chat real quick. Yes, Robin Samuel says Meghan is 100% Leo. She sure is. Jones says Special K, another content creator, said that meeting was for something else, but the rags made it sound like it was reconciliation. I could see that, to be honest. It could have been for something else. It might not have been for reconciliation or anything like that. It could have been negotiations in regards to Invictus coming up. How are we going to handle Invictus? You never, we don't know. At the end of the day, we don't know, right? We just don't know. However, the reason why I kind of do feel that it was in regards to steps for reconciliation is because Prince Harry put out a statement making it clear that he did not leak the story, and how disappointed that they were that the story was leaked, because it kind of takes reconciliation efforts a couple of steps back, because it's like there's just no trust. You know, they're always harping on how the royal family can't trust Prince Harry, but it's more so Prince Harry can't trust the royal family. You know. All right, we're gonna go ahead and end this live podcast. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you are not a subscriber, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Again, this is Megan, Duchess of Advocacy World Podcast. I am your host, Special K Thoughts. Whenever I have time, I try to do live podcasts, which we call Sussex Talk, where we talk about our faves, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and do our Rebel Yell, which we haven't done in a while. So here we go. When I count to 3, everybody sing along with me. 1, 2, 3. Continue to wear the SS on your chest, because you know, squatties, we are the best. You are the best. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex, they are the best. All right, guys. No bad energy. Continue to hydrate. Very important. Feed the chickens. Okay, don't forget to feed the chickens. Don't forget to feed the chickens. Look at our girl, Sonda Rhimes. She's feeding the chickens. Okay? You guys saw that on Instagram? I thought that was great. I thought that was awesome. All right, guys. I love you. I love you all, but I got to go, and hopefully I'll do another live podcast real soon. See you guys soon. Thank you, guys. Success Squad, we the best. We the best. Success Squad, we the best.